Buttons depressed. Audio. You have audio? There we
Yes.
go. Here we go. Zoom room. Zoom, zoom, zoom. Quiet on the set.
All right. Quiet on the set. You're listening to WRFB Radio Free Britannia. And no other friggin' better place in the world than Deltona, Florida. Here you are, two idiots who misinterpret the news so you don't have to. The dynamic duo themselves, Laz and Jack.
Greetings, everybody. This is Laz.
And this is Jack. Welcome to another exciting edition of Lunch with Laz and Jack, where we interpret the news so you don't have to do anything other than question your own personal life choices and ours. Ooh, because it's another fun day.
It's Whacked Out Wednesday here, inside and outside Shroud of the Avatar. It is Wednesday, January 18th, 2020. And we get
Yes.
closer to release 110 coming a week from today, with who knows what's going to be released because,
Nope.
well, actually, I can give you a brief synopsis of what that's going to be because, of course, my emails. Yeah,
Samuel?
let's take a look at the emails. Let's see, where am I? Here we go. Fix needs testing, 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 submitted, 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 fix needs testing, fix needs testing, submitted, 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 fix needs testing, 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 fix needs testing. There was about 100 of these posted the other day. So that's going to be our release. We fixed this typo. We fixed missing words. We fixed this. We fixed that. We fixed the other thing. That's probably going to be the majority. Whether we're going to see Unity 2021 come into play, or whether we're going to see maps come into play, or we're going to see any of that other stuff come into play, we don't know. But we'll be here next Thursday to tell you all about it, that's for sure. But meanwhile, we were on a couple topics starting yesterday and the day before, and these topics have. Remember what topic we were on yesterday when we finished yesterday?
We were on the do it all over again thread.
Now refresh that.
Just refresh. Is it now on page 3?
Just refresh it.
Well, it's still here.
And what does it say now?
Is it locked?
What is the topic now?
Oh, reconsideration.
Yes, reconsideration. We're not going to do it all over again. We're going to reconsider doing it, whatever it. I don't know. I guess I can scroll down. When did he edit this? Does it tell us when that was edited?
Today, probably. Because he was making posts at like 5 o'clock this morning.
Yeah. But we'll pick up on that in a minute. But I put a topic down here for us that I think is quite interesting for us to start out with today. So.
Okay. So Microsoft and Unity collectively shed over 10,000 employees in the latest round of tech layoffs. Another round of layoffs are coming to both Microsoft and Unity. Both tech companies are dropping more employees from their respective workforces, with Unity cutting 300.
Yeah, 300. You know, that includes Unity in this. Why Unity gets included with this 300? First off, yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Who's the author on that?
Microsoft said to cut 5% of its headcount. According to Unity, this set of layoffs was a result of combination of weak economic trends and the company's acquisition of the monetization company Iron Source, which readers will recall cost $4.4 billion, and was also the business that prompted its CEO to disparage game devs that don't monetize their products from the jump.
Don't monetize their products from the jump. Yes. As Jack is distracted by some server issues that he's looking for a server that he can't find. Did you find it yet?
What are you talking about?
I don't know. You were looking for it earlier. I don't know. Anyway, is interesting topic right there, just from the fact that that's what Unity's thoughts are. The rest of it, as to Microsoft, is really irrelevant to what we wanted to. But what I wanted,
Yeah.
but you know, the fact that Unity is disparaging game devs that don't monetize their products from the jump, you know, gives you a little insight as to what Unity's business model is, and of course, what should be every game maker's business model while they're using the Unity engine.
Well, that's one where it's like you have to recognize what your business model is and design your game around that. And I'm still looking for your email, and I still don't see it.
You still don't see it?
No, I do not.
Let me verify that it went. It may not have went because it was deleted, but
oh.
JK@gmail. Yeah.
Yep.
It went. It was sent.
Don't know where it went to.
Check your spam folder.
Yeah, there's nothing there.
Yeah.
Hooray, no spam.
Let's see if I can send it again.
Let's see. Promotions, social. Nope. You're not my neighborhood association.
All?
Yeah, it's not here. The last email you sent me was your Twitter account being suspended.
Yeah, which they still haven't responded to me.
Okay, but
even after a second email.
Your account's still suspended. Funny.
Yes, I know, Tina. Soda's always been monetized, but when you decided to drop the $45 purchase fee, as it is, episode 2 is now only 19.95, is it?
Well, so Soda's monetization policy has, I'm going to misquote Chris again from his public Facebook post, where his goal has been to make Shroud less and less money focused. That is one where it's like your monetization for Shroud of the Avatar is 1, subscriptions. Okay. And keeping up with those subscription perks. So Laz, when's the last time you received a title for that 3-month subscription? Or are you still missing like 2 years of titles?
About 2+ years ago.
Yeah. Then the realization that, hey, your real revenue source is selling pixel crack related to the Crown Shop. And when you bring back things that were never supposed to come back again, as well as you reduce the price of things that were initially there, you're trying to make the transactions more micro, but you've completely disenfranchised a large portion of your population, which means, hey, you need to realize our model is to sell subscriptions, which means we need to recruit more people. And remember, your subscriptions are still going to Portalarium, not to Catnip, because, hey, what happens when they upgrade that subscription to the right place? People are going to be like, eh. Then, yeah, monthly subs makes more sense for Soda, but realistically, their real business model was selling rares. When that was the largest amount of money that they were receiving monthly, was from the rares purchase. And that means that you have to not just cycle through rares, you have to make sure that the rares are rare.
Yes.
And not bringing them back.
Like the water cloak, the original water cloak.
Yes. Or currently from the vault, you've got the electric halberd, which was part of a May telethon reward. So they're bringing back things that never should have come back, or even the Virtue Aeronaut helmet, which was also a pledge or a telethon reward. All of those things that were telethon rewards that were never supposed to come back, and they keep on bringing them back, shoots themselves in the foot because, one, they keep on reducing the costs, and they're not actually creating new content for that market frequently enough.
Comments from the Peanut Gallery. Tina objects to that title change because reconsideration implies it was properly considered the first time.
Yeah.
Yes. Why are we combining Microsoft and Unity? Yeah, I don't understand. That's massively overpowered for you.
10,000 users and Unity's laying off 300. And majority of those 300 are going to be redundant positions that that are no longer necessary.
Rich Troll, I won't buy from them anymore. Too many $400 houses are now $100-ish. F that. Yeah, well, yeah, I know. The $700 airship now $100. Yeah, we feel you. We feel your pain.
Yeah,
even though we got those at half price.
There is like so much wrong with the business model and them not taking the business model seriously.
Yeah, that is just one business model. Monthly subs make more sense. No, not when your player base is continually shrinking. Yeah.
Well, that and the policy decisions have actually hurt them substantially for the reduced number of subs, the reduced amount of purchasing that's being done from the Crown Shop as well. So, yeah.
And Rich Troll says he's going to say something that is unpopular. Them pixels ain't worth shit. I think they are following a sell pixels strategy instead of creating an environment that is fun to play. Well, it's really fun to play when you want to play the collector. And you want to have the best toys on the block there, Bridge Troll. You know, I want to have some of the best toys on the block, and I want to be known for having been here to collect said toys. But when said toys become available for the guy who just logged in yesterday, that really ticks off my fun game playing. I'll tell you what, it really does. I mean, you know.
Yep.
Dyson says, I wouldn't be surprised if they started bringing in NFTs. Yeah, if they did that, well, then that would sign the death warrant. Again, the gaming community has already made their statement, and their statement is we don't want NFTs in video games. Every NFT
Hey.
video game that's tried to do that has gone nowhere, is my understanding. And if you know of one, please let me know what one that's thriving and popular. I'd like to take a look at it, but I don't think you'll be able to give me one that's thriving and popular. Yeah, because we just don't want it. We want pixel crack, you know. Yep, Bridge Troll, I gotta agree. They ruined the collector, and right, everybody plays for different reasons. I've been asked several times over the last couple of weeks whether I still actually play the game, and we finished up on that note yesterday, which was basically I am a merchant. What I do is I buy, sell, trade, and in this morning's mailbox I've got a whole bunch of suet that somebody sold me because I buy things like that for my production, and somebody sold me a bunch of crowns the last couple days because I love paying 50 gold per crown, and getting loads of crowns in my mailbox because I can, because I think crowns are overrated, so I will pay just above what they're costed in rent. Oh, what are they costed in rent? Did they ever adjust that? How did I think about it? Add credits. What is the adjusted rate? No, the adjusted rate is now 300. That's right. They did adjust that. So,
yeah.
which I still think is way too high. Yeah. Still think it's way too high. 100 crowns is $1, so it costs $3. Yeah, actually, I should do the math on that, right? Add credit. 1 crown equals, so it's 300 gold. That's what it is. 1 crown is worth 300 gold.
Hey man, thanks to Shroud Math and Chris thinking that crowns equals gold, although they kind of do.
Yeah, so 300 gold is equal to $1 these days. So let's do that math. If I've got what do I have in my bank? 1,185,000. Let's do the math on that. What is that divided by 3? That means my 1 million gold is worth $395,000. Which I know I can buy 1 million gold for less than $20 these days. So that math doesn't add up. But by Shroud numbers, yeah, my million gold should be worth $395,000.
Hey man.
Yeah, because I love Shroud math,
Shroud Math at its finest.
Remember when we had all the different crowns? I missed that. Yes, that was something that they should have kept along with the introduction of silver and copper coins, to make things more linear and more what's the word I'm looking for? There's a word I'm looking for, but I don't think he's that rich, to tell you the truth. he's only selling crowns for what, 335? Let's see.
He's doing
Right now.
something.
I'll have to look at crowns.
He's doing something.
We'll see that. But I'm sure he's making something off of it. I mean,
Oh yeah.
350 he's selling for right now.
What are you doing, Lily? Lily's actually scratching a monitor today that doesn't have a cat on it.
Yeah, so 1,000 crowns for 350. Go to the crown store. What do they? You got to do all those.
Oh, come on.
1,600 for 20. So I don't know. I don't think he's making a whole lot. It would be making a whole lot if he was able to get that amount for gold, but that's another story.
Yeah. If people were buying and selling,
Vesper, yes, I did that. 100 crowns is
Yeah.
$1. It's not roughly $1. It is $1, basically. And again, I was basing my numbers on this here. When you add credits to your bank, 1 gold crown is equal to 300 gold. So my 1 million gold is worth over 300, almost $400,000 in dollars, which is totally not right. That's what I was basing the number on. The crown to
and Shroud
gold
math,
conversion
Shroud math.
on rent. Yes. So I just do the math. The Shroud math screws itself up.
Yep.
It's Vespers. Jump him. Damn devs. What's up, Vespers? How you doing, brother?
Yes.
Well, the red transition has never been a floating point. It's either been 60 or it's been 300. It's never been floating. It's only been those two numbers for the life of the game. So I would argue that point also. If you want to call it floating point, then it would change depending on the player economy, which it does not. It changes depending on what the devs input the transition to be. So, it would be nice if it was a floating point and you could actually get that through the player economy. But again, the player economy thing was shot ages ago, and we'll get to. Let's jump over to that real quick. We've got some updates on the global item search topic. Do you still have that open?
Probably not. Hold on. Yeah, no. No, I don't.
Okay, well, we're going to pick this up from. We were talking about this the other day because Conjure a Dragon doesn't like. Well, we'll start with Conjure a Dragon. So let me give you this one. And we'll start from his post again. And we can pick up here because Conjure a Dragon is a little miffed that people are allowed to put items like notes and bags and charge 9,999,999 gold for them so that they act as advertising placeholders.
Yes.
So we'll start with that topic.
Yes. Another annoying advertising by Kodos.
Yeah, he doesn't like that either. Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's like, what does he like?
Yeah, well.
It's like,
just to let you know, those are not color changing letters. Those are eggs that are dyed. Just so you know, those are eggs. Yes.
Eggs. Dyed eggs.
Just to set the record straight. It would be nice to have some color changing letters in neon.
Yes, it would be very, very nice. The player uses color changing eggs to create letters, and blah, blah, blah. that is dislike perhaps to me. However, the worst part is the store on the lot does not offer anything, nothing at all, nothing. Well, it does have 3 items listed that do show up in the vendor listings in Zone. Well, maybe they sold out.
Yes.
3 items for that are not even meant for. I mean, it's like, so he's complaining that people are not updating their lot decorations.
Well, his main complaint is that when he does a vendor search, a lot of slots are filled up, and they can reduce the time of the vendor search by not allowing people to put these things in there because they take up space.
Yeah.
But anyway, moving right along.
Yes. Then after that, even for a local zone-wide vendor item, it takes some time to load and show. Items that are not even meant for sale, but only there for advertising, that normally should be paid space in the zone-wide listing.
There's a way to
did not exist a
monetize
while
the
ago.
game.
Yeah. In my opinion, we need some sort of best practices that in-game ads. Is anybody going to pay attention to in-game best practices?
Oh, wait, we're going to get there. We're going to get there. That's why we're revisiting this.
Merrigan's like, my recommendation is not to use that vendor. Oplex like, item names should be scrubbed to default or hidden when posted on a vendor. Dude, Gregor's like, man, I really like UO's global item on a vendor search. It's so nice. We need it here. Yeah. Amen, brother. Amen. Yeah, that's what many of us wanted.
Not.
Ravalox
Bergen,
did a little cleanup of posts for not adding to the conversation. And to answer this directly, we do have rules for anything a player creates or posts in the game on the forums, etc. The rules are all sourced from the TOS. Granted, the TOS is about to get reorganized and adjusted slightly for 2023, but none of our rules can ever cover everything.
There are no rules for said things, so why did you even chime in on that? Why did you even chime in on that? There are no rules. What you can and cannot. If I can post it, I can label it and do whatever the hell I want with it. There are no rules against it. And the minute you start micro managing shit like that, you're gonna piss off the remaining players. That's all I'm gonna say.
All 12 of them? Wait, yeah. Hold on. What's my friend list at right now? All 18 of them?
Yeah, all 40 of them.
Wait, how? All 40 on yours? Yeah. Anpu's like, not me. I would never, under any circumstance, want to see an auction house-like listing in the game. That shows all the items in the game for sale and the price.
Stop right there. An auction house is completely different from a global vendor listing. I have been and always will be in support of an auction house. An auction house globally would allow you to still have your vendors, and it's not a global listing of all the vendors. It's just a separate, like the
it's a separate table.
Yeah, what is the NPC down? The public vendors. Yeah, it's like the public vendors, except you place them in different towns, and only that auction vendor has the items that are listed, and it's an auction. It's not, this is the lowest price. This is you bid, you get the price, and that's what an auction is. So that is totally different than a global vendor listing that will show you exactly who's got the lowest price on whatever particular item. All right, continue on.
The only thing that does is allow a few players to completely control the price of items in the game and shut out everyone else. Currently, what we do have is fine and still requires some effort on the player's part to look around and find a good price. I'm okay with that.
Yes, I wasn't okay with it, but I live with it.
I mean, it's like, it cuts down on exploration.
Well, we had the topic the other day where I'm tired of going to a town and finding some cool armor and then I buy said cool armor, and I go to the next town and I find some cooler armor. Well, dude, that's what shopping's all about. You don't just buy on an impulse because you think that's the best. Yeah, how many people out there are looking for exactly the armor you're looking for right now? The chances are
Yeah.
slim to none. So that if you pass it right now and you do your shopping and you mark down who had the best armor at
Yes.
what price, and then you finally go back to the
And
original one that had the lowest
and
price for, you know.
Segalian does have the proper comment. The thing with finding the lowest price means sellers have to start undercutting each other. It's a race to the bottom.
That's what I've always
I've actually,
said.
I have always said that actually is also related to the way that people price goods that they put up for sale. if you are putting up an item for sale that is below cost, you are already losing money.
Scrolls.
That is scrolls, and that is also crafted gear. Crafted gear should also take into account all those failures that you all those failures as far
Time
part of
is
their
money.
price.
All the time you spent gathering those resources.
Yes.
But some people don't consider that time as money. Some people are just in it for the I've got time to waste, and that's what they do to relieve stress. So they don't buy into the time is money thing. But it is time is money, and that's why I do what I do. Is that we do the news. I keep an eye on my inventory when I need to. I stop, I craft, I restock, and I'm out of here. Because I've got other things to be doing than sitting around getting past adventure level 122 right now until episode 2 gets released.
Yeah.
But yeah. But you know what time it is, Jack?
It is the butt of the hour.
The butt of the hour.
But. That's if I can find the fucking right tab. Where is it? Where's the right tab?
The left tab.
It's doing weird.
Bridge troll.
There it is. Oh, it's because I was looking at my email, so the tab wasn't.
Did you finally get the email?
One. No.
No, huh?
Not yet. Did you spell my name right?
It's in my address book. I start typing a name, it comes up automatically. So yes.
Maybe you had one. Maybe you had one in there that was wrong.
I don't think so.
I don't know, but Tina is getting a streamer bundle. Dun, 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 dun.
You tell me if this is spelled right. I'm not giving your email out in public.
You're no fun.
Jack Synesys at Pornhub.com.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
that's right.
I know it's right because it's been in my address book all this time.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I don't know what to tell you.
Maybe because it got deleted on the forums, but it should still forward the mail. I don't understand why it won't forward the mail.
Yeah, it should definitely forward the mail.
Yeah, I don't understand that, but I'll copy and paste it for you in a little bit. Just you'll get a kick out of it.
Yeah, just screenshot it and post it to me so that way I can laugh hysterically. But going back to the topic at hand, ! I bundle me to enter the giveaway on my stream and on Laz's. Don't forget, do it on both. Double your chances to win because you've always got better odds on my stream. Dude Gregor, with showing all the items, prices, locations means I stopped paying money for an item I could have paid less money for, aka not getting ripped off. I'm tired of getting ripped off in soda. I don't see how anyone control that by what having the lowest prices. I guess high prices equal good, low prices equal bad. So in my mind, set $7 eggs is good and 99-cent eggs is bad. Yikes. I favor the 99-cent eggs. Same quality as the $7 eggs, less greed. Well, bird flu. That's all I got to say. But in corporate greed. because corporate greed. Because there's very few real producers. And the mindset seems to be simply to take advantage of people as much as possible. I could never understand that mindset, especially in an RPG. I sell and view jewels on my vendor for a reasonable price. One player buys all my fishing jewels and then resells them on their vendor at a much higher price.
That's right.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you a not so big secret, which
That's
most
what
of you,
the BMC was planning to do.
Most of you may know that's why the BMC actually does their research on a price guide. They find the highest price out there every 3 months, and the lowest prices. And then the guild votes on what they want the median price that they sell those items at for. And then we post it publicly. And we post it publicly so that everybody who sees it goes, well, I can beat those prices. I'm going to sell lower than them assholes and get the sales. And then, of course, we find your vendors and we take them off your vendors in bulk. And then we sell them at our prices, making you the asshole because you took advantage of a situation that we set up specifically for that reason. To control the prices in the market. Buy low, sell when high. That's right, Sean. When high, not sell high. When high. But yes, that is the, if we find somebody out there selling below our guild prices, man, we'll come scoop it up. Have you got anything that you want to sell that's cheaper than those prices we have posted on the BMC price guide? That's bmcguild.com/price guide for anybody who wants to know. To get that, is arbitrage. But yes, that's the whole mechanic. Is we try and set a fair and balanced price considering the highest and lowest mean prices out there, and the guild votes on it. Sometimes the guild votes higher, sometimes the guild votes lower. Depends on what mood the guild's in at the time. But and how did I change pet prices so drastically? I don't know. How did you do that? I don't know what your pet prices were, but when Storm Silverhand was here, he would keep everybody in check because man, that guy was a taming fool, and he wouldn't check everybody, and he'd keep his prices right down there on the. I set the standard of 100 per level. Well, that's ridiculous. That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
That's too cheap. Jack and I set the standard on scrolls way back in beta for crying out loud, and we still get
at a zero.
Yeah, at a zero. Well, that's pretty much my resale strategy for most things. Is if there's a price for it, I add a zero to it.
But I mean that is mostly related to things like what is your time worth? Because we remember I went through and actually figured out like the real base cost before they actually added the wax into things for.
Well, that's pulp. If that's silly enough. Before that, no, they added the wax to actually making the bulk recipe.
No, wood pulp.
I don't think there's wood. Let's see. Pulp.
And they changed it from making 1 scrap to 1 pulp to 1 scrap to 5 pulp or something like that. And they added wax to it.
Actually, it's now 5 and 1 still 5 and 1.
Yeah, but it used to be 1 to 1.
Let me see that again. Hold on. I have 2 of them in there. Oh yes, you can use pine or maple wood and a wood rasp to make wood pulp also.
Yeah.
I wonder what the difference in. I'll have to check that out and see if that's I don't think that's worth the squeeze on that one, as it may be. Anyway, that's revisiting that topic, and then we're gonna go back to reconsideration.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, yay. Or we could always talk about that email because it's extremely interesting.
Yeah, no, I don't want to.
Are you sure about that?
Yeah.
It was in the forums, although it was deleted, and I'm sure our viewers are very interested in said discussion. But going back to the reconsideration, which was before, what was it titled before? Do It All Over Again?
Do it all over again, yes.
Yeah. Where do we want to begin?
We were at Majoria.
Well, I can appreciate your passion to understand. I don't see why that would cause haters. Many who were not around and do not know the history and backer player desires for this game will likely have a different perspective and outlook on the whole thing. Many promises that were made and not kept did have attempts to make alternate rewards for those. For myself, I let a lot of things go to move forward. The money I spent is gone, and the exact game I thought I was backing is not the game that evolved. So to look at it in a different light for myself, I have had to look at what to do with what we've got and what we can actually be done with it given the way it was built. So to get the meat of things, we would have to know exactly what is missing, the presence of which would make the difference in what can possibly be done to given the system finances and desires we find from players in the actual game we have today. Sorry if that's confusing, but it's what came to mind. I still have many desires for the game, but also for some, I don't know what is possible under the circumstances we have. Also, my point being, what are you actually trying to accomplish by fixing the past and what it is you are trying to do that is possible in the game? Okay, not trying to go off topic, but this is where my mind went. Welcome to the game.
Okay. He's not new.
Hey, Dukehead.
Yeah. Maps.
Buy a town, get your own dev session with a developer.
Not.
Because all towns are going to be custom. Buy any pledge, and those items are rares and never coming back.
Yeah, Bridge Troll, I gotta agree with you. He says, I will give Soda credit where credit is due, and we always do. Whenever there's a pat on the back or praise to be done, we do. But again, there seem to be many more fallacies these days than praiseworthy accomplishments at this point. And again, we are now waiting for January's release to see whether there's more praiseworthy content or more things to just go WTF, man, you know.
And Bridge Troll is like saying, I will give Soda credit where due. It's a very good taming game, although I miss having to feed them or they go wild, which means that the system was 3/4 of the way implemented, because during their initial design discussions, they actually talked about having to feed your pets or they would go wild.
And we have pet food, but the problem is you eat the pet food. You
eat the pet food. The pet doesn't eat it. Yeah.
Yeah. I never understood that concept, and my mind will never get wrapped around the fact that I eat the pet food. Ew, you know, but it is what it is. We'll take it.
Yeah.
And yes, Vespers, taming is, I am a tamer by and large. I am a full master, grandmaster.
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever you want to call it.
I've never tamed anything in this game.
Yeah, my feature taming's 145, and everything else is, grandmastered all the way up. A lot of 120s and a lot of close to 140s. I'm not the highest tamer by any means, but believe me, I am right there with all the great ones. So.
Yeah, but it's one where it's like way too many of the game systems were half implemented.
The Galleon said, that is like having to feed your character in game. It gets old after a while. No, I've always liked the fact that your movement speed, your health, things you could do were based on the amount of food intake. Yeah, of course.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
if you're healthy, then your recovery rate would be better. Your so all of those game systems would be tied to whether or not you do something. It doesn't
but
have to go all the way to, hey, you're starving and then your health starts dropping
right now,
and you
I
die.
understand
Uh,
exactly where Sagalian's coming from because some
yeah.
games went way overboard on that. Um,
You mean lots of games in the Ultima series where you died because you didn't have food?
because you starved, but
Yeah.
not
Or
even
or
that.
the
But
Oregon Trail?
the fact that it made it too tedious. You know,
Yeah.
yes, I'll even go to a throwback. I just went back and played some Wolfenstein 3D the other day, and in order, you know, if you get injured, and you'll see this in plenty of games, you can get a health pack or some food, and when you eat the food or get a health pack, it brings your uh, health back up. Okay, but it
Yeah.
doesn't drop considerably. There's many games out there that as you're running through the world, your health would decrease and the food level. That became very tiresome. But if you're just using it for the fact that it helps to increase, bring your energy and stuff back, you know, there's got to be a balance to it. Is basically what I'm saying.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's kind of like all the Shroud math related to uh, item durability,
True, true.
because at one point in time, hey, you're going to constantly be replacing your gear because it's going to get broken.
Vesper says,
When's the
yes,
last
pets
time
should
you, as
turn
a
on you.
player, replaced your gear because it was broken? I have
Never,
never had to replace
never.
my gear because it was broken,
At
and
least
I
they
have
did.
died a lot.
At least they didn't implement the decaying furniture like they were thinking about
Oh
doing.
yeah, yeah. Well, I mean that's because they can't even implement the other game systems like the castle siege and town invasions that they talked about early on. Um, yeah, I mean there's so much work that would have to be done as far as like fixing game systems and implementing them that it takes them forever. Yes. And we can't even get the horse jumping yet, or the ability to interact with some items while riding a horse. Because when you're riding a horse, the only thing you can do is ride it. And like the horse jumping was something that we were told we were going to be getting over a year ago.
Oh yeah, well, flexible placement, maps, yeah,
Yeah, yeah. Well, I mean,
horse
it's like
jumping, underwater swimming. I know that one was never
stuff.
mentioned, but it's stuff that people want. But moving right
Well,
along.
remember that chest I told you about in the middle of the water where you have to be in like one spot and then hit
Yeah,
E?
well, you know, as I addressed that with CS, and CS says it's always been like that.
Well, the chest that's been there and the interaction range,
I,
yeah.
I disputed it. I said it was always on the docks. They say it was always been there in the water like that.
Well, there used to be a chest on the docks.
Well, again, that's what I again is
Yeah.
yeah, but apparently that chest in the water has always been there.
Well, the chest in the water has probably always been there just because it was put in there by uh Travis List Rostov.
That's out
Vesper
in
does
where the fishing expedition.
fishing expedition. There's a chest in the middle of the water.
There's one or two.
There's two chests.
Two chests, yes.
Yes.
And
One's in the
Vesper,
middle of the water.
are you the guy who can make pets turn on you? Inquiring minds want to know.
Yeah. But yeah. But going back to the thread from Adam Crow, everyone that left for different reasons. You have to talk to each person individually to get their story. That won't help the game though, and I'm not really sure what the point of this thread is. If you want to help the game, do something productive instead of trying to stir up old issues from the past and bring out the haters. Develop a contest, event, quest, etc. Soda is an incredible soundbox, and we have some pretty neat tools. Imagination and creation are the keys to bringing in both new and old players. My advice is try not to spend too much time trying to think of what needs to change or be added to the game. Instead, try to think of what you could do today with the game we have. Crow does make a very good point for your happiness until you decide to do some of those things and run into an obstacle that should be a no-brainer. Yeah.
Should be.
Yeah, should be no-brainer. The game is what it Ampoos, the game is what it is, like it or not. Nothing is going to change that. Nothing. We can, however, move forward and continue to watch it grow more over time. Warrior B. Patrick, greetings. All I can sum it up in one sentence. Those that don't think the game is as good as it should be or claim that the devs don't listen is because they think this is a AAA game and in a AAA studio with hundreds of devs. Our total number of devs has fluctuated over the years, but I don't think we've ever had 100 employees. No, the maximum was like 35. 35. And everybody wore a couple of hats at any one time, much less the income of a AAA game studio. What? I enjoyed the game.
Like a beanie kind of thing, and then maybe a bigger hat over that?
Yeah, like my hat. Well, I only wear one hat. That's not true either.
For work, I wear lots of hats. I enjoy the game for what it is and what it's become. There's so much to do in Soda that I can always find something fun to do or try. Think about the games we have all played over the year. Were they identical? Did they have the same mechanics? Was crafting and combat the same? It would be so boring if each game we played was like all the others. I personally create new characters when the combat system is tweaked, and I want to try a new playstyle, and the crafting is always evolving, especially with the new imbued items. And always remember, you are here to play the game, not design it. Our suggestions are only that the owner decides the path it takes. Didn't we? Wasn't the crowdfunding also tied to certain tiers of the crowdfunding actually had game design chats with them where your input was taken into consideration on how to make the game better? And haven't they always solicited information from the community on how to improve the game?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And hang on.
What?
Just having a little private conversation here.
Did they claim to sell stock? Stock is ownership. They sold Series B stock, which is non-voting stock. So that means non-input stock.
Yeah. True enough, though, many other times that we went down for the conventions, or any time that you ran into those guys for an event or something like that, like a Dragon Con, they were very open to actually discussing all that stuff. So if you could ever get them for even 5 minutes, just to, but a lot of times, I mean, I've spent hours with Richard and a bunch of other people in a room or in a pub or over dinner, or just in any of the settings that we've been in, and tossed ideas, pitched ideas, talked about how things aren't working properly or how things could be working better, and all those were listened to and looked at, and quite a bit of it was actually taken very seriously into consideration, and a lot of it was acted upon. So I got to give them credit for that, and where credit is due again.
Yeah, absolutely.
And Tina says non-voting shares are still ownership. That's right.
Yeah. Well, ownership in nothing because they folded up shop and didn't tell anybody.
Rich Troll says,
And
I think that the devs need to say, things changed, plans died, we are where we are, go play. Well, hopefully we're going to get some of that insight here with the January release. Again, coming up a week from today, a week and a day from now, next Friday, we're supposedly also going to get our 2023 roadmap, the first roadmap in 3 years. So
the fun question, in Vespers, since you are in chat, feel free to say no comment to this. The question is, how many full-time developers are working on the project right now?
yeah, I believe that'll be a no comment.
Yeah, I know. Segalian's like, there are a lot of small things such as exclusive, and I can't see any responses because Lily is sitting on top of books staring down at Tyrion. So hold on, I can always move this window. Full-time paid developers, yes, not volunteers. It's supposedly not a secret. Chris has been like, hey, I don't have any kind of NDA. These people can talk about these things, but if you'd rather whisper it or something like that, that's also acceptable. And just say, please don't discuss.
Yeah, things like that. You want to comment off the record, we're fine with that as well.
Yeah.
There are many people know out there that they have discussions with me, and I tell them it's off the record. It doesn't go any further. It doesn't go any further, and that's just the way it is. Because we take our news seriously. We do keep and try and keep it the ethical part of the news gathering and news disseminating. As clear as we can when it comes down to it. Yes, we have our own little twist on things, but things said in private that are not meant for public consumption, we do not release for public consumption. So just be aware of that. Yes. And that's why we've been here for 8+ years, because people do trust us with stuff. People come to us with stuff. I can't tell you how many times in a week I'll get a PM from somebody. Have you seen this? Have you heard about that? And people point me to all sorts of little scuttlebutts and this and that, the other thing, and where we get some of our conversations from, and where we, get stuff that we can't talk about, like some information that I have that's just conjecture at this time that we've alluded to, but we can't really quote comment on because we don't have confirmation nor, so when we don't have
cannot
confirmation,
be independently verified.
It cannot be independently verified by multiple sources. That is correct.
Yeah. But things like the number of developers that they've had reaching a peak of about 35
listed on the website, for crying out loud. Yeah.
It was easily verifiable. I mean, especially when we were going into the offices and they would actually talk about, even the stand-up notes would have every single employee that was there. Everybody was doing something. And they did have several contractors on the side that would actually periodically come in and do things, but everybody that was in the office was always below 35.
Now remember, Jack was probably the first, if not one of the first, to go visit the offices on a regular basis. We decided one day back way long time ago that we mentioned on a stream that maybe we should send the developers some beer, and some developers watching our stream and said, yes, send beer. And Jack picked up midstream, hopped in his car and went down, bought some beer and delivered it live. And we did that live on stream. And it became a regular event for, I want to say, the better part of a year. Every release week, you would go down every Wednesday night before release, drop off a couple 12-packs because we knew they were working hard and we knew they were working late. And, because we believed in them and we thought that they deserved, a little extra something from the community. So Jack would make those beer runs down and deliver some beer to the devs who are working hard at the offices. I've been to the offices multiple times. Jack's been there a whole lot longer, many times than I have. So that's not, not stuff that,
Hey, I've
is
even
hidden.
been in several developers' homes.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely,
So yeah.
absolutely.
At one point in time, I even had the gate code for Richard's property and the door code to get into his cabin.
Yeah,
on
get
the
into
lake.
the cabin. Yeah, yeah.
It's like, but yeah. But hey, Laz, do you know what time it is?
I do know what time it is. It's time for us to get the flock out of here and wrap this
Which,
thing up today.
hey, imagine that. I teleported because I was AFK again and had
Did
to
you?
reload the screen. Yeah. Which means it also like trashed some of the things. But Patosh is victorious.
Patosh.
What is Patosh? In-game name is Patosh.
I don't
Getting
know.
a streamer bundle.
He's pretty new.
Patosh is Patosh. Patosh
Oh,
is
is he?
Patosh.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, we got Tina O'Near getting himself streamer bundle today.
Oh man.
Congratulations, Tina. And we're gonna go for that mystery game key.
Okay. Patosh getting a copy of.
And also Tina O'Near.
Okay, and then whisper Patosh.
Tina is our double winner here on my stream.
Oh, come on. Patosh was the double winner on my side, getting main assembly.
Main assembly.
Wait, is that 1 underscore? Or is that 2 underscores? Shit. Well, let's go with 2
Copy
underscores.
paste.
I can't.
Tina, do you have Sky Hill? Tell me you don't have Sky Hill.
Oh man. Let's see. B. There you go, Patosh. You get a copy of main assembly. Go claim that Steam key because it's free.
Show wants to know how Patosh found the show. He found it yesterday.
Yes. But hey, game keys, streamer bundles. But it's time for us to get out of here.
That's right.
I got work
and of course,
to do.
as always, we'll be back with more tomorrow. Because what?
1 hour a week is way too difficult for the
somebody to
Fortnite
stream,
team.
right?
Yeah.
That's right. Anyway, till then, I'm Laz.
I'm Jack.
And we are NBNN. Have a great day, everybody. We'll see you all tomorrow.
Bye-bye.